to cheer the wanderer lone and tempest-tossed. No storms can hide that radiance peaceful beaming, since Jesus came to seek and save the lost. Give me the Bible, holy message shining, thy light shall guide me in the narrow way. Precept and promise, law and love combining, till night shall vanish in eternal day. Give me the Bible when my heart is broken, when sin and grief have filled my soul with fear. Give me the precious words by Jesus spoken. Hold up faith's lamp to show my Savior near. Give me the Bible, holy message shining, thy light shall guide me in the narrow way. Precept and promise, law and love combining, till night shall vanish in eternal day. Give me the Bible, all my steps enlighten, teach me the dangers of these realms below. That lamp of safety o'er the gloom shall brighten, that light alone the path of peace can show. Give me the Bible, holy message shining, thy light shall guide me in the narrow way. Precept and promise, law and love combining, till night shall vanish in eternal day. Give me the Bible, lamp of life immortal, hold up the splendor by the open grave. Show me the light from heaven's shining portals, show me the glory gilding Jordan's wave. Give me the Bible, holy message shining, thy light shall guide me in the narrow way. Precept and promise, law and love combining, till night shall vanish in eternal day. Break thou the bread of life, dear Lord, to me, as thou didst break the loaves beside the sea. Beyond the sacred page, I seek thee, Lord. My spirit pants for thee, O living word. Bless thou the truth, dear Lord, to me, as thou didst bless the bread by Galilee. Then shall all bondage cease, all fetters fall, and I shall find my peace, my all in all.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome Glad you all are here. Who's with us? Laura's here. She says good afternoon. Carol says hello. Oh, did I miss someone? Amos is here. Hey, Amos. And say some people. Carol says hello. Hello, Carol. Good to have you. Nick's here and Levi. Nope, probably over there. Says hi y'all. Levi's taking him a nap. What do y'all think of my new camera? Pretty clear, right? It's pretty much perfect. Although my front camera's not this good. Alright. Nick says, looks good. I got a new phone and it has 4 HD cameras, so it should look good. Killer says, yeah, it is. And Morris is looking good, CJ. Yeah, she needs a nap too. Laura needs a nap. She says, I'm jealous, I need a nap too. Don't we all? Yep, I got it. Alright. So, we are in Numbers chapters 32 through 33. Well, so she needs a nap for a timeout. She's not sure. Maybe a nap would suffice. Carol says once you do it once or twice, your body looks forward to it. Yes, it does. Or a yelling goat. On that note, turn your Bibles to Numbers chapter 32. I know 32. Amos is going 32. I know what chapter we're on. I'm just on it like that. Lily says, yes, O'Shea, I need that screaming goat. Yeah, keep you awake. So, but at any rate, good to have you all here. We're about to read, but as always, you can submit your. I guess. Is this better? Sorry. Okay. I think this will be better for you. Is my audio a lot better? It was on the ground, now I picked it up. Well, this is I might see if I can change my ringtone on my phone to a screaming goat. Oh boy. Levi's. Whoever you are, O'Shea laughs and says, well, laugh. And Laura says, you sound good. Alright, cool. Numbers 32. Please read with me. Now the people of Reuben And the people of Gad had a very great number of livestock. And they saw the land of Jazer, and the land of Gilead, and behold, the place was a place for livestock. So the people of Gad and the people of Reuben came and said to Moses and to Eleazar the priest, and to the chiefs of the congregation, Ertos, Dibon, Jasper, Namra, Heshbon, Elil, Shebem, Nebo, and beyond. The land that the Lord struck down before the congregation of Israel is a land for livestock, and your servants have livestock. And they said, if we found favor in your sight, let this land be given to your servants for possession. Do not take us across the Jordan. But Moses said to the people of Gad and to the people of Reuben, shall your brothers go to war while you sit here? Why will you discourage the heart of the people of Israel from going over into the land that the Lord has given them? Your fathers did this when I sent them from Kadesh Barnea to see the land. For when they went up to the valley of Eshcol and saw the land, they discouraged the heart of the people of Israel from going into the land that the Lord had given them. And the Lord's anger was kindled on that day, and he swore, saying, surely none of the men who came up out of Israel from 20 years old and upward shall see the land that I swore to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, because they have not wholly followed me. None except Caleb, son of Jephunneh, the Kenizzite, and Joshua, son of Nun. They have wholly followed the Lord, and the Lord's anger was kindled against Israel. And he made them wander in the wilderness 40 years, until all that generation that had done evil in the sight of the Lord was gone. And behold, you have risen into your father's place a brood of sinful men, to increase still more the fierce anger of the Lord against Israel. For you turn away from following him. He will again abandon them in the wilderness, and you will destroy all this people. Then they came near to him and said, we will build sheepfolds here for our livestock and cities for our little ones, but we will take up arms ready to go before the place of Israel until we brought them to their place. And our little ones shall live in the fortified cities because of the inhabitants of the land. We will not return to our homes until each of the people of Israel has gained his inheritance. For we will not inherit with them on the other side of the Jordan and beyond, because our inheritance had come to us on this side of the Jordan to the east. So Moses said to them, if you will do this, if you will take up arms to go before the Lord for the war, and every armed man of you will pass over the Jordan before the Lord until he has driven out his enemies from before him, and the land is subdued before the Lord. Then after you shall return and be free of your obligation to the Lord and to Israel. And this land shall be your possession before the Lord. But if you will not do so, behold, you have sinned against the Lord, and be sure your sin will find you out. Build cities for your little ones and folds for your sheep, and do what you have promised. And the people of Gad and Reuben said to Moses, your servants will do as my Lord commands. Our little ones, our wives, our livestock, and all our cattle shall remain there in the cities of Gilead. But your servants will pass over, every man who is armed for war before the Lord to battle, as my Lord orders. So Moses gave command concerning them to Eleazar the priest, and to Joshua son of Nun, and to the heads of the fathers' houses of the tribes of Israel. And Moses said to them, if the people of Gad and the people of Reuben, every man who is armed to battle before the Lord, will pass with you over the Jordan, and the land shall be subdued for you, you shall give them the land of Gilead for possession. However, if they will not pass over with you armed, they shall have possession among you in the land of Canaan. And the people of Gad and the people of Reuben answered, what the Lord has said to your servants, we will do. We will pass over armed before the Lord into the land of Canaan, and the possession of our inheritance shall remain with us beyond the Jordan. And Moses gave to them, to the people of Gad, and to the people of Reuben, and to the half tribe of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, and the kingdom of Og, king of Bashan, the land and its cities with their territories, the cities of the land throughout the country. And the people of Gad built Dibon, Adaroth, Arur, Asaphan, Jazer, Jogbeha, Beth Nimrah, Beth Haran, fortified cities and folds for sheep. And the people of Reuben built Heshbon, Elalik, Kiriathim, Nebo, and Meon. Their names were changed, and Simba. And they gave other names to the cities that they built, and the sons of Machir, the son of Manasseh, went to Gilead and captured it, and dispossessed the Amorites who were in it. And Moses gave Gilead to Machir, the son of Manasseh, and settled in it. Maybe it's nature. Anyway, verse 41. And Joshua the son of Manasseh went and captured their villages, and called them Havoth Jair. And Nabal went and captured Kenneth and his villagers and called it Neba, after his own name. Numbers 33. Okay. Shay says, I guess me and CJ are as close as you getting to screaming goats. Laura is laughing, and Amos says, yes! Number 33, you guys are too much. These are the stages of the people of Israel when they went out of the land of Egypt by their companies under the leadership of Moses and Aaron. Moses wrote down their starting places stage by stage by the command of the Lord, and these are their stages according to their starting places. They set out from Ramses in the first month. On the 15th day on the first Ramses, I read over, of the first month. On the day after Passover, the people of Israel went out triumphantly in the sight of all the Egyptians. While the Egyptians were burying all their firstborn, whom the Lord had struck down among them. On their gods also the Lord executed judgments. So the people of Israel set up from Ramses and camped at Succoth. They set out from Succoth and came to Etham, which is on the edge of the wilderness. And they set out from Etham and turned back to Pi-hahiroth, which is east of Baal-zephon. And they camped before Migdol. And they set out before Hazeroth, before Hazeroth, and they passed through the midst of the sea into the wilderness, and they went a 3 days' journey in the wilderness of Ethan and camped at Marah. And they set out from Marah, verse 9. And they set out from Marah and came to Elim. And Elim, there were 12 springs of water and 70 palm trees, and they camped there. And they set out from Elim and camped by the Red Sea. And they set out from the Red Sea and came to the wilderness of Sin. And they set out from the wilderness of Sin and camped at Dophkah. And they set out from Dophkah and camped at Alush. And they set out from Alush and camped at Rephidim, where there was no water for the people to drink. And they set out from Rephidim and camped in the wilderness of Sinai. And they set up in the wilderness of Sinai and camped at Kibroth Hattaavah. Kibroth Hattaavah. And they set out from Kisloth Hadaber and camped at Azeroth. And they set out from Azeroth and camped at Ritma. And they set out from Ritma and camped at Rimlon Paris. And they set out from Rimlon Paris to Libna. And they set out from Libna and camped at Risha. And they set out from Risha and camped at Kilahel. And they set up from Kilahel and camped at Mount Safer. They set up the Mount Safer and camped at Harada. And they set up from Harada and camped at Makeloth. And they set out from Makeloth to Talath. Tahath. And they set up from Tahath and camped at Terra. And they set up from Terra and camped at Mithka. And they set up from Mithka and camped at Hashmona. And they set up from Hashmona and camped at Mazaroth. They set up from Mazaroth and camped at Beni Jacob. And they set up from Beni Jacob and then camped at Horhagid. They set up from Horhagid and camped at Jabatha. And they set up from Jabatha and then camped at Abrana. And they set up from Abrana and then camped at Azangibar. And they set out from Azangibar and camped in the wilderness of Zin, that is Kadesh. And they set out from Kadesh and camped at Mount Hor at the edge of the land of Eden. And Aaron the priest went up Mount Hor at the command of the Lord and died there. In the 40th year after the people of Israel came out of the land of Egypt, on the first day on the 5th month. And Aaron was 123 years old and died at Mount Hor. And the Canaanite, the king Arad, who lived in the land of Negev, in the land of Canaan, heard of the coming of the people of Israel. And they set out from Mount Hor and camped at Zalmona. And they set out from Zalmona and camped at Punan. And they set out from Punan and camped at Aboth. And they set out from Aboth and camped at Abarim in the territory of Moab. They set out from Lyrim and then camped at Deben Gad. And they set out from Deben Gad and then camped at Almon Diblathim. And they set out from Almon Diblathim and camped at Abarium before Nebo. And they set out from Abarium and camped in the plains of Moab by the Jordan at Jericho. They camped by the Jordan from Beth-Shemoth as far as Abel Shittim in the plains of Moab. And the Lord spoke to Moses in the plains of Moab by the Jordan at Jericho, saying, Speak to the people of Israel and say to them, When you pass over the Jordan into the land of Canaan, then you shall drive out all the inhabitants of the land from before you, and destroy all their figured stones, and destroy all their metal images, and demolish all their huge places. And you shall take possession of the land and settle in it, for I have given the land to you to possess it. You shall inherit the land by lot according to your clans. To a large tribe you shall give a large inheritance, and to a small tribe you shall give a small inheritance. Wherever the lot falls for anyone, that shall be his, according to the tribes of your fathers you shall inherit. But if you do not drive out the inhabitants of the land from before you, then those of them whom you let remain shall be as barbs in your eyes and thorns in your sides. They shall trouble you as in the land where you dwell, and I will do to you as I thought to do to them. Numbers chapters 32 and 33. O'Shea says, our shenanigans and professionalism. Yeah, okay. Well, it says, it truly is y'all that make my stressful days easier. I'm glad that I work from home and can listen to all the readings every day. Thank you, my screaming goats. Thank you. You're welcome. Amos says if we tune it down, then it will be little, the screams. O'Shea says, he laughs and says, thank you, good to hear and glad to help. Amos says, yes, we are glad to help. Laura says, great job on all those crazy names, CJ. I'm just gonna say I would not want to be named under the Old Testament. And says you're doing pretty good with them, bro. Thank you. I did my best. Some of them are hard. Alright, any prayer request? Laura, O'Shea, Nick, do y'all have anything? I think I got everybody. Laura, O'Shea, and Nick are here, and Amos are in the background. Amos says he's good. Anything else? Or is there anything? Why do I even look at the private chat? Okay, is there anything else? Lord says nothing specific except the Ukraine. Okay. Alright, let's pray then. Father in heaven, we thank you so much for this day. We thank you for your word and all the wisdom we find in it. Please help us as we continue to read, and that we would continue to learn from these accounts in your word. Help us to always treasure your word within us. Please be with the people in Ukraine. I don't know the specifics on that, but you do. Please bless them. In love you, Father, we ask all these things. In Christ's name, amen. Thank you all, and I will see you all tomorrow. And tomorrow, I don't even. Are we just doing the next two chapters, Amos? What are we doing? I don't have my schedule. He's running to go get their schedule. Uh, Numbers 33 and 34. Right? Yes, if you would like to, send me a message, and me and O'Shea have been going through the book of James. It's meant to be a Numbers 34 through 36. Thank you. It's meant to be a community study that starts here in about 27 minutes, 3 o'clock. We would love to have you. We'll be picking up at the end of chapter 1 today. Just message me and I'll get you the link. And we can see each other face to face. Alright, thank you all. And y'all have a great day. God bless.